Did you know that 7 out of 10 people who start buying online never actually finish their purchases? So, if you're marketing an online store or an e-commerce brand, a digital marketing term you must understand is cart abandonment. Cart abandonment answers a very simple question. How many people almost bought but didn't finish the purchase? So every website or online store has to calculate its abandonment rate. The most common type of abandonment is cart abandonment, where a customer visits a website, adds a product to cart, starts checkout, leaves without paying. That basically means the purchase was abandoned. So we use Google Analytics to track and measure cart abandonment. And specifically, in Analytics, you go to Reports, then you go to e-commerce purchases, the drive sales section of e-commerce. You go to, you can go to Overview, and then in Overview, you'll be able to see just how much revenue this website has generated. But then you'll also be able to see where carts are being abandoned. And you can see here in the purchase journey, right here you can see the abandonment rate, which is something that we need to work on because this is a new website. And then you can also see the abandonment rate in the checkout journey. So that is how we track abandonment rate. This is a fitness studio in the States, and people are supposed to come to this website and make their bookings directly from this website. But based on the numbers we are seeing for this website, we can see that this website is not attracting a lot of website visitors. Like in the last 7 days, this website has only attracted 57 visitors. And in the yesterday, let's see how many website visitors. It only attracted 10 website visitors. And we need to do something. So that is why tracking your website performance, tracking how your online store is doing is so important. You need to know, are people coming to your website, adding items to cart and then leaving? You need to know, are people coming to your website, period? And there are a lot of business owners that do not currently have that information. So in digital marketing, that is how we track the cart abandonment rate. And how often does cart abandonment happen? Very often. Like we said, 7 out of 10 purchases are never completed. Why do people leave? Why do people abandon their purchases? Some of the most common reasons are delivery costs being too high. Imagine someone wants to buy shoes from your online store. They make it all the way to adding that item to cart, but when they get to the checkout page, they find out that the delivery fee is 500 bob or 700 bob or some ridiculous figure that doesn't make sense. In that case, it just makes sense to abandon that purchase. A lot of times, people abandon their carts because the checkout process is too long or too complicated. Someone wants to buy a dress or a t-shirt online, but the checkout process requires them to create an account, sign in with their email address, add their contact information, send in their billing information, a long entire process. It's like taking an exam. In such a case, someone will just abandon that process and either move on to the next online store or just completely abandon that purchase. Abandonment also happens when an online store looks untrustworthy. If your online store looks dated, there are constantly spelling mistakes all over, you don't have any reviews, there are no trust signals, that immediately tells the customer to run away. So why is it important to track cart abandonment? Tracking cart abandonment rate is important for online stores and e-commerce brands because it shows where your customers are dropping off before they complete an action, like completing the purchase or filling in an inquiry form all the way to the end. A lot of businesses focus on attracting traffic, bringing in traffic to their online stores and websites. They run ads, post on social media, and try and get as many people to come to the website as possible. But sometimes the real problem is not a traffic problem. Sometimes it's that people arrive to the website, stick around for a few minutes, and then they leave without making a purchase. So you don't have a traffic problem. You have a conversion problem. But you will never know that if you're not tracking your cart abandonment rate. And what's so great about tracking your cart abandonment rate or tracking your cart abandoners is that you can retarget them later with ads, sort of stalk them around the internet on the websites they're browsing, trying to remind them to come back and complete their purchases. Instead of losing those customers completely, you can target them again with ads. This in digital marketing is called retargeting or remarketing.
Started with a TikTok, now I got a plan. Turn my likes into leads and pizza in my hand. From the gram to the brands, I'ma make that pitch. Learning while I'm earning, that's the real rich. Wi-Fi, laptop, seated on a plastic chair. But the vision in my mind take me anywhere. Clicks turn to cash, I'm connected.